than 2,000 students. We have hosted many skill workshops, many camps, and more than 2,000 hours of online classes. We have debates, we have classes, we have courses, we have discussions, we have yatras, we have festivals, we have services, we have skills. We have lot that we do. So we have counseling also. We have many teachers. You can see in the group also. We have Hardik Prabhu, Harshit Prabhu, and there are many more teachers. Yes, both spiritually and materially. We have many services that we get to do, both front end and back end, and we get to learn so much. So our journey so far has been in 2020, we started with an inaugural course for the teenagers. Then we had this DYS seminar for the teenagers. Then we started with the reading class. We went to Jagannath Puri. We had counseling workshop. We went to Vrindavan. We had a nature's camp where we cleaned up a whole lake. So we did a community service. We did our first Kirtan Mela in 2021. We did book distribution. We had science session course where we invited Professor Michael Behe as well from US. Then we had summer camp. We had a school program. So like that we went to the mega youth festival Biplav. Then we had temple opening services. We went to Madhavgarh farms. Then Bhalaswa camp. We had one day retreats. So there was Aradhana festival for all the girls. So like that we had so much we did. Then in 2025 we went for an outing, holy celebration. We had a teen spire course, and we have a Kirtan Mela coming up next week. We have forest camp, rediscovering Vedic India, and then we have our summer camp. So we welcome all of you for that. So these are some of the photos that you can see. So thank you so much for that. I'll I would like to invite His Grace Raman Prabhuji also. He's the temple president of ISKCON Gurugram. So I would like to ask him if he can introduce Gaurang Darshan Prabhuji. Just give me a second.
Hare Krishna. I'm just traveling. Am I audible, Prabhu?
Yes,
Am I
Prabhuji, you're audible, Prabhuji.
हरे कृष्णा मेरा आवाज आ रहा है प्रभु
Yes, Prabhuji, you're audible.
Yes,
Okay.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Arindam Prabhu, for introducing NUTSS. And we have very special guest, His Grace Gauranga Darshan Prabhu. And thank you, Prabhu, for taking out your time. And we know that you're very busy and traveling and writing and giving so many, you know, talks and then lectures. And still you have taken out your time for our ISKCON Gurugram teenagers. So thank you very much, Prabhu, for joining today. I just wanted to give the brief introduction, although it's a very long, and Prabhuji has achieved so much after joining ISKCON, and he gave the different shape in an education and training department, how to present the scriptures in a very relevant and a practical way to the teenagers and the children and the congregation and the corporates. So he's very expert into that. So Gauranga Darshana Prabhu is a dean, Bhakti Vedanta Vidyapita. He's a spiritual author and educator. So currently he's the dean of Bhakti Vedanta at ISKCON Govardhan Eco Village. Sometime we can take them. All of you can go Eco Village. How many of you can visit Govardhan Eco Village? Oh, only few. So we can have trip. And then he also leads residential and online spiritual education. And he's the founder of the online learning platform. You can see, you can go www.vidyapeach.in. And if he sees speakers and educators, he delivered 8,500 plus or lecture worldwide. Haribol. And he conducted 60 plus online courses for the diverse audience, like children and youth, professional and educators. In Hindustan Times. Prabhuji is here among us. He's the author and writer. He has written 45 plus books. So you can see the name of the books. You can go to his website. I from Dhruva Not Disowned. Children's book, Mindful till seventh, Gita Wisdom, Tale series. He also like a editor of monthly E magazine, Bhagavatam Pradipika, and award and recognition, very visionary leader, spirituality award by the Brand Vision, and also had a spiritual scientist award from the Andhra University. If you see his spiritual journey, Prabhuji started choosing monkhood life on 2009, and before that he worked in TCS Innovation Labs, and he authored, authored 10 plus technical paper, filed a provisional patent, and also worked in a 2 year corporate life. If it's academic qualifications, so Prabhuji is a master degree in system science and automation from ISC Bangalore, Indian Institution of Science. So the lot of, the glories and his services, the Srila Prabhupada mission and ISKCON. So now you can, Prabhuji will speak, you can understand his realization and how, while speaking, how he touched the hearts of many. So he's coming, he has already come to touch your heart, and to take you to some different platform. So thank you so much, Gauranga Darshan Prabhu, for joining us today. So let's welcome by loudly chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Also, I'd like to thank his guest Hardik Prabhu for organizing every year this kind of workshop for all of you for teenagers. And again, I would like to welcome all of you for today's session. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Over to Gaurang Darshan. Thank you. Sorry, I'm traveling. I'm going to Haridwar. So we have a camp there for the youths and the congregation, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And Monday to, Wednesday, we have Brahmachari camp there. So Haridwar is very near to us, so we take a benefit of Vrindavan and Haridwar. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rambhadra Prabhu, for your kind welcome. And I congratulate you and your team, led by Arindam Sharma Prabhu, for organizing such wonderful camps for especially teenagers. Yes, youth is taken care of, kids are also taken care of, but teens who are neither kids nor youth in the middle, they also need some attention. I'm very happy to see such organized programs happening through the Delhi temples, ISKCON Gurugram. Very grateful to be a part of it. I believe this is the first lecture, right? First session.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
Okay.
Prabhuji.
I'm very
The
grateful to be a
voice
part
is
of this.
okay to everybody? Or it's coming slow to me only?
Are you able to hear me, children?
It's little slow on volume.
It is slow,
Okay,
little
let
slow,
me.
and volume is little less.
Is it better now? I
Yeah,
increased the
yes,
volume.
Yes, Prabhu.
yeah,
Okay. Thank you very much. Shall we start now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Hare Krishna.
yes.
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः नम ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन् इति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. I welcome all the young devotees, teens, to this special session on the power of integrity. I am very grateful to all the organizers of this event, exclusively meant for teenagers. I see here so many young devotees enthusiastic to learn and hear and participate. Shall we have a interactive session? Can I unmute some of you, ask some questions instead of me just speaking for 1-2 hours? I want you also to participate. Right? Is that fine? Will you interact? Okay, great. Now, I was asked to speak on integrity. Before I move ahead, I wish to understand from you, what do you mean by integrity? What's your definition of integrity? Yes, Shivansh is also here from Melbourne. Prabhu, the participants are from different countries or only Delhi area?
It was supposedly for Delhi NCR only, but
Uh-huh.
many devotees from around the world also requested.
Okay. Very good, very good. Thank you. Yes, more kids, more ecstasy. Yes, children, tell me, what's the definition of integrity according to you? Yes, Shivansh?
Being truthful and honest.
Correct. Excellent answer. Anything else? Little more elaborate definition of integrity. Anyone else? Manveer? They can unmute themselves, right? We don't need to unmute. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, Manveer.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I think integrity means to be truthful and honest every time, like always.
At every step. So he added a little extra detail. Basically, integrity is the quality of sticking to values, virtues, morals, principles, dharma, despite so many difficulties. Sometimes in this world, when we encounter some difficulties, we may want to compromise on dharma, but we should not compromise. So, that uncompromising commitment to uphold values and virtues is called integrity. So, never compromise on values and virtues and morals and principles and dharma, even if the circumstances are very difficult or tempting, or what to say, very tricky. So, we should still be inclined to uphold dharma. That is called integrity. There is much more to it, but I think I like to share the screen. I can share the screen now, Prabhu. Yeah. See this integrity. So integrity is, as some kids already mentioned, being honest and truthful, even when nobody is watching us, right? When people are watching us, we can be very sober, grave, truthful, honest, dignified, decent in our dealings. But when nobody is watching us, how do we behave? When we are alone, how do we behave with few other friends when teachers are not around? When teacher is in the classroom, yes, you maintain some kind of decorum. When teacher is away from classroom, how do you deal with each other? Of course, the way we deal with our friends can be different from the way we deal with elders. That's not a problem, right? We can have more friendly dealings with classmates, but we need to have more respectful and dignified dealings with elders and teachers and parents. So that's fine. But it's about upholding values even when nobody is watching us. Staying loyal to truth and dharma even in difficult situations. So, on a spiritual plane, this integrity is based on the understanding that Krishna is always watching me, right? Although nobody is watching us, Krishna is always watching us, right? For example, just let me give a simple basic example. How many of you like ice cream? Okay, practically everybody, every screen I can see. Yeah, they're raising hands. Do you like ice cream? How many of you catch cold? You catch cold sometimes? Okay. How many of you like to eat ice cream when you have cold? Huh? Oh, Arindam, the main in charge also says the same thing. Even if there is cold, you would like to eat ice cream. But doctor tells you, parents are also advising you that you should not eat ice cream when you have cold. But still we want to eat, right? So, but when the doctor is there, mother is there, father is there, we will not touch ice cream because we have cold. Nose. Some ice cream is coming from the nose. Therefore, no ice cream should get into the nose. Right? We maintain our decorum. But when nobody is around us, right? Doctor is not there, mother is not there, father is not there, brother is not there, sister is not there. Okay, we are alone. Ice cream is there in the fridge and we have cold. We just go and then eat it, right? So, on a very innocent plane, we may get tempted to eat some food items which are not good for our health. Why? We like honesty. We like integrity, right? Okay, integrity is a very big word. At least we are not committed to uh, the principle of maintaining our good health. But let me give a more graphic example. I gave a very, very innocent example meant for very smaller kids. Now that you're grown-up kids, say in public, how many of you smartphones? Do you have smartphones? How many of you use? You're already into teenage. I think many of you must be using, right? So when you're using smartphone, say you're using YouTube, you open YouTube, you're seeing some lecture, for example. Suddenly in the recommended video, something pops up. It has a very curious thumbnail, very inquisitive generating thumbnail it has. So, but you kind of sense that, oh, maybe it's not proper. Maybe it's politics or movies or some kind of blasphemy, or some kind of soul degrading nonsense is being discussed there. The thumbnail reveals it. And if 10 people are around us, we don't look at it. Okay, take it. Just move it ahead and just close the YouTube and then just, yes, what's happening? You get into conversation. But nobody is watching us. We are alone with internet, alone with YouTube in our phone, and then some curiosity generating thumbnails in front of you. Will you tap or not? Will you tap or not? That shows how much our integrity is, right? So basically, when we are taught certain values and virtues and principles and morals and what is right and what is wrong, what is good and what is bad, what is auspicious, what is inauspicious, what is harmful and what is beneficial. So we need to always choose good and try to reject bad, right? We generally do that in public. But when we are alone, when nobody is watching us, how much are we inclined to choose good and reject bad? When nobody is watching us, how much are we inclined to do the right thing and reject the wrong thing? That is integrity. Now you understood the definition of integrity, children? Time to time, I keep asking you questions. I will not have a monologue here. uh, so, on the spiritual plane, the actual definition of integrity is based on and the understanding that Paramatma is always watching us. So Krishna is there in all our hearts, right? I hope I can quote a shloka. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto mattah smritirgnanam apohanam cha. You know this shloka? How many of you know this shloka? From the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Yes. Prachi, you can recite. Unmute yourself. You have the privilege to unmute, or should we unmute? Hare Krishna. Okay, Shivansh, you can recite.
सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टो मत्तस्मृतिज्ञानमपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यो वेदान्तकृद्वेदविदेव चाहम्.
Sarvasya cha aham hridi sannivishto. Krishna said, I stay within the hearts of all living beings as Paramatma. Mattaha smritir jnanam apohanam cha. From Paramatma, from Krishna comes our remembrance, our forgetfulness, and our knowledge. So, in short, Krishna is always watching us. Knowing that Krishna is always seeing us, we may have certain thoughts and we may forget it later. We may do some actions, we may forget it later. We may speak some words and we forget later. But Krishna remembers all our thoughts, our emotions, our feelings, our desires, our words, our actions, our behavior, our conduct. He remembers everything, right? So, knowing that Krishna is always watching me, let me behave properly. That is integrity. You understood, children? Krishna is always watching us. Whether we can see him or not, with our material vision, he's always seeing us, right? So, when a very respectable personality is there in front of you, when somebody whom you love so much, somebody whom loves you the most, somebody who loves you the most is always in front of you, your behavior will be more refined, right? So, to be constantly aware of Krishna's presence in our lives and to have the faith that Krishna is always watching me is integrity. When Krishna is watching me, I will not do any mischief. I will not do any naughty behavior. I will not do any immoral behavior. I will not compromise on values and virtues and morals and principles. That is integrity. Based on the understanding that Krishna is always watching us. Actually, when we have this understanding that Krishna is always watching us, then we will be very hopeful. We will never be fearful. How many of you have been misunderstood by somebody? Did anyone misunderstand you till now? Anyone here? I was misunderstood many times. Did you misunderstand anyone anytime? Yeah, many hands are raising. Sometimes we misunderstand others, sometimes others misunderstand us. But Krishna never misunderstands anybody. Sometimes we do some good activity, but somebody misunderstood us in a certain way, and we feel hurt. My God. With all good intentions, I did this activity, and here is this devotee or this boy or this girl or this friend or this family member has misunderstood my intentions like this. Then we feel pained at heart, right? But at that time, we need to remind ourselves that although human beings in this world might misunderstand us, Krishna will never misunderstand. He knows our intentions, he knows the purity of our intentions, right? Second point, say we did some mistake. Nobody came to know that. And nobody became aware of our mistake. Did you feel happy anytime? For example, in exam, you sat with the question paper, you're about to write the exam, you don't know answer to one question. By mistake, your book happened to be right next to you. Nobody's seeing it, right? So you just slightly open it and see the answer and immediately write it. Right? Nobody's watching you for some reason. There's no CC camera, just for argument's sake, you just assume no CC camera. You just do some little cheating and then writing. And nobody has seen you, and you got good marks, and you passed the exam, and you got good grades, and you went to the next grade. That's great, but Krishna noticed us. Sometimes, although we do good activities, people may not recognize us. But we should be hopeful that Krishna recognized it. He will not misunderstand me. Similarly, although we do some bad activities, nobody may not have noticed that bad activities, but we should be aware that Krishna has already seen it. He will give me the proper reaction at the right time. You understood? So we should be aware that Krishna is always with us, and we should act according to our best understanding. We should choose to act in a moral manner, in a principled manner, upholding values and virtues. That is integrity. Now you understood the definition of integrity. Now I will not just speak these definitions and elaboration only. We'll discuss so many stories from Srimad Bhagavatam, from Ramayana, from Mahabharata, and many other stories to go deep into this principle of integrity. How much time do we have, Prabhu? Arindam, Prabhu? Till 4:30? I'm sorry,
As per
4:30 my.
your time, yes. Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. Till 12 o'clock as per your time. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu.
Now, Paramatma is always watching us. That's the first point. That's integrity. Integrity is not just about appearing righteous, but being righteous. We may want to appear beautiful, but are we really beautiful? We may want to appear very stylish, but do we really, are we really stylish? So many times in this world, the focus goes on impressing people. The way I speak, the way I talk, the way I dress myself, the way I present my overall demeanor in front of others should be very refined and socially acceptable. That's what we want. And people should think that I'm great. Whether I'm great or not, it doesn't matter. But people should understand, people should think, people should perceive that I am great, I am good, I am beautiful. So that desire is there. Desire for public attention is there. But integrity means not just about appearing righteous, appearing good, but actually being good. So there should be alignment between what we think, what we speak, and what we do. Our thoughts, our emotions, and our words and our actions. All three must align with each other. Not that we think of something and we speak something else and we do something else completely. But what we say, what we think, and what we do should align with each other. That is called integrity. It's the greatest virtue, even in our general like life and human interactions, or especially in spiritual life. Integrity is a very, very important virtue. Now, what is the difference between honesty and integrity? Oftentimes, honesty and integrity are seen as equal. But honesty basically means speaking the truth, aligning your words with reality. That is honesty. But integrity means not just speaking the truth, but being truthful, right? Making words a reality, making your words a reality. Now, keeping your promises despite distractions and temptations, that is integrity. For example, somebody started smoking or started drinking alcohol for whatever reason. You asked him, "Did you drink alcohol?" He says, "Yes." That is honesty. He admitted his mistake. But you know what is integrity? Not drinking alcohol at all. You did a mistake and you admitted that mistake. That is honesty. We can appreciate it. Integrity means when you know that it's a mistake, you will not do only. That is integrity, right? So integrity also means we will discuss many more facets of integrity. But at this moment, one aspect of integrity is to keep your promises or to stick to values and virtues, although there are so many distractions and temptations in this world. Honesty means to do, means to say what you did, but integrity means to do what you said, right? Honesty means to say what you did, integrity means to do what you said. So, whatever you, for example, you have given a promise, stick to it. That is integrity. Now, many times we go behind success, and to attain success, we want to cultivate talents. We want to acquire skills and talents. Talent is generally a gift. Some people have the talent to sing nicely, but some people, no matter what they do, they may not be able to sing well. Shall I tell you some stories? Huh? One funny story, let me tell you. This is from Mahabharata. You know Arjuna, what is he good at? Tell me. Arjuna is well known for what? What skill? Tell me.
Archery.
Yes,
Archery.
archery. But Arjuna is also known for his music. He is the dance teacher of Uttara, his daughter-in-law, right? He's good at music also, he's good at dance also, he's good at arrows also. Yes. One day, Bhima is good at what? Bhima is good at fighting with people, eating voraciously. He has his own skills. He's known for his
With
strength.
his Gada.
Yeah, it is Gada. Bhima is known for his strength, Arjuna is known for his skill, right? So one day Bhima thought, I should also become a musician like Arjuna. So he found a music teacher. He went to the music teacher and started learning some ragas. Very beautiful, mesmerizing ragas he has learned. Then he started practicing these melodies, sitting right in front of Indraprastha Palace publicly, and everybody is watching him, right? And very loudly, he was practicing so many melodies, right? Did you ever notice somebody playing mridanga very loudly, although he doesn't know anything, but he's playing da 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 da, he's just beating only, and you are unable to sleep properly? So somehow our Bhima also sat right in front of Indraprastha Palace and he started practicing these melodies so loudly. Some of the citizens of Indraprastha got so irritated, so bothered. Looks like Bhima is not like a very great singer, it seems, but so they got little irritated. They all went to Yudhishthir Maharaj and complained. Maharaj Yudhishthir, your brother is practicing this music, this melody so much. We are unable to sleep properly. Day and night he's practicing so loudly. He's not even silent also. Then Yudhishthira Maharaj thought, yeah, I understood your problem. I will do something. He sent them away. But he started thinking, who will give a feedback to Bhima? Will he accept it? I should do something. Then he went to Draupadi and asked her, Draupadi, this is the problem presented by our citizens. Can you do something about it? Draupadi is a very intelligent lady. So Draupadi said, I'll take care, don't worry. So Draupadi went to Bhima and said, oh, Bhim, you are practicing music so nicely. I can understand how committed you are to learn this art of singing, and you are very sincere in practice. You are very committed, but you deserve a peaceful setting. This is a city. So many citizens are here, and so many people are moving here and there. Ministers and soldiers and citizens and maid servants are moving here and there, and so many meetings, managerial meetings are happening here. The best place to practice music is to go to a secluded place. Go to some hilly area, go to some garden, go to some river bank, go to some mountain area, and there in a peaceful place you practice, then you will be able to practice well. You can learn well. Then Bhima thought, wow, such a wonderful idea. I never got this idea. Actually, our Draupadi did not simply say that your singing is not so good, you better stop it. She did not say like that. There is a polite way of saying no to somebody. Even if you have to correct somebody, even if you have to give a feedback to somebody, even if you have to stop someone from doing something, you can do it in a very polite and gentle and acceptable and digestible manner. You can't just say, what is this nonsense? You're singing like a donkey. Get lost from here. No? That's one way. But another way is, can you please go to some peaceful place and then practice it there? So our dear Draupadi chose the second path. Then Bhima went to some hilly area and started practicing music loudly, sitting on behind some bushes under some tree. He's practicing. Nobody was around. One day, as he was practicing, one man came there and he peeped through the bushes. He looked into there. Then Bhima is doing some harmonium, practicing music. Oh, like that he's practicing. And this man got scared and he ran away from there. And Bhima noticed it. And Bhima stopped his practice of music. He got up and started running behind that man. And that man started running very fast. Bhima ran much faster and then caught him and said, who are you? Why are you disturbing my music practice? Why did you peep into the bushes and see me? And why are you running away from me? Tell me. And this man was trembling like this and said, oh, Bhim, I am a washerman. I have so many donkeys. One donkey wandered away from my herd. I have been searching for the donkey everywhere in this forest. And I heard some sounds from the bushes. I thought my donkey is there. But when I actually came there, I saw you, not my donkey. What does it mean? Bhima was singing like a donkey. He did not say that, but he just reported what it is. Then Bhima understood, oh, I'm singing like a donkey. Donkey is a good singer? Anyone here? Can anyone make sound like a donkey here? Huh? You can just try once. Anyone here? Okay, nobody's raising hand now. Can you sing like a cuckoo bird or a quail? Then you will raise your hand, I think. Anyways, Bhima understood that music is not meant for him. So he went back to Indraprastha kingdom. Then Bhima, he gave up his music practice. He got into his regular activities. Then one day Yudhishthira Maharaj came to him and said, my dear Bhim, please go to Dwaraka and bring Krishna here. I have to discuss something very, very important with Krishna. Please bring him here. Then Bhima thought, yes, definitely, my dear brother. I will go tomorrow and get him here. So next day morning he got up. He thought, it's a long journey to Dwaraka. Let me take some breakfast. I will get some strength. Then I can travel. So Bhima took some breakfast. And later he thought, it's a long journey. I think I should take some rest before starting. So after breakfast, he just slept. He just wanted a power nap. But he started snoring like hell. And 1 hour passed, 2 hours passed, 3 hours passed, 4 hours passed, 5 hours passed. Then suddenly he heard a knock. He heard a knock on the door. He opened the door like this. Yudhishthira Maharaj is standing there. He was furious. Bhima, I told you to go to Dwaraka and get Krishna here. And you are so lazy, you are so complacent, you are so negligent, you are so disrespectful. How can you just sleep and snore here? Why didn't you go in the morning only? It's already afternoon. We don't have any time. I need Krishna here immediately. Then Bhima understood his mistake. My God, I was so lazy. I was so neglectful. I'm sleeping here. So then he closed the doors and started offering prayers to Krishna. Krishna, my brother has given me a simple instruction to get you from Dwaraka, but I could not fulfill that instruction. I was so neglectful. I did not come to Dwaraka. Now I have very, very less time. Please empower me. Please give me the strength to come to Dwaraka and immediately bring you here. He started offering a very, very heartfelt prayer to Krishna. Then again, Bhima heard a knock on the door. Thuk, thuk, thuk. Then Bhima opened the door. Yudhishthira is standing there. Not angrily this time. He had a smile on his face. He had a very, very pleasant smile on his face. He said, Bhima, you are so humble. Just few minutes back, when I was scolding you, you were so humble that you did not speak a single word in reply to me. You already went to Dwaraka and brought Krishna here, and Krishna is already in Indraprastha, but you were silent. I'm sorry, I chastised you. And then he left. So Yudhishthira Maharaj left, and right behind Yudhishthira Maharaj, Krishna was standing there. Then Bhima was surprised. When did I go to Dwaraka? When did I get Krishna here? How did Krishna appear here? Bhima asked Krishna, Krishna, how come you're here? Then Krishna said, my dear Bhima, do you remember few months back you were practicing some music, some ragas, some melodies? Ah, yes, yes, I remember that. I was not pleased with that practice at all. Because Arjuna was also very expert in music, he also wanted to become a musician, and you're trying to acquire this skill and become a great singer. And in that attempt, you are disturbing so many people with your ragas. I was not pleased with that. But 5 minutes back, you offered a heartfelt prayer to me. Oh Krishna, Mukunda, Madhava, Madhusudana, Govinda, please help me fulfill the instruction of my brother Yudhishthira Maharaj. I wanted to come to Indraprastha immediately. So you offered a heartfelt prayer, right? I was so impressed with that prayer. So that's why I'm here. So the moral of the story is, okay, let me not speak the moral. Tell me, what's the moral of the story? What did you understand from this Bhima's special music practice? Anyone? Yes, Darsh.
Prabhuji, my lesson is you should always be polite to others and be humble in nature so that others can listen you well.
Okay.
Well.
Okay, that's one lesson. Any other most important takeaway here? Naina Maheshwari, okay,
Hare Krishna,
Radhika.
Prabhuji.
Yes.
Prabhuji, the lesson here is that the thing which is not pleasing the Lord, if we try to cultivate it forcefully, the thing which we don't have the quota for is not pleasing for the Lord. Whereas the thing which is given by the Lord Himself, if we do the thing rightly in the right way, then it will please Him the most.
Very good. Excellent. One more, last. Shreya. What's your
With
takeaway?
my opinion, the moral of the story will be it is more good than to be realize our mistake by heart and we pleasing by heart.
Mhm. In short, the moral of the story is, Naina spoke very nicely. In short, the moral of the story is our character pleases Krishna more than our talents. Our skills and talents are not as pleasing to Krishna as our integrity, our character, our genuinity, our honesty, our humility. So here Bhima wanted to acquire skills, but skill is not what is pleasing to Krishna. Krishna wanted genuinity, genuinity of prayer. He genuinely offered a prayer to Krishna, Krishna just immediately appeared. So he wanted that genuinity. So many times we want to acquire skills and talents to impress people or to compete with other people who are more talented than us. But what is more important is genuinity of character. So we need genuine devotion. In spiritual circles, we need genuine devotion, and even in external practical circles, we need proper integrity and humility. So talents, as much as possible, humanly possible, you acquire. And talent is often a gift. So Arjuna is gifted with the talent of singing nicely, but Bhima was gifted with something else, and he can use that strength in serving the Lord. So Bhima has the strength of 10,000 elephants in one hand. You understand? What does it mean? You keep 10,000 elephants in one row. Bhima would punch the first elephant. Then the 10,000th elephant in the row will fall down. Can you understand? Can you I guess what must have happened to the first elephant, second elephant, third elephant? Chutney, right? They would become chutney. That is the power of Bhima's strength. So Bhima alone single-handedly killed all the 100 sons of Dhritarashtra. So Bhima is empowered in a different way. Similarly, you also need to understand how Krishna empowered you, how Krishna gifted you, what kind of talents Krishna has gifted you. Of course, you can always acquire some talents, but more than acquiring talents is acquiring character. Character is a choice. Whether should I choose values and morals and principles, or should I compromise on values and morals and principles and then somehow manage to acquire talents or charisma or popularity? So we generally go by popularity and not purity. Purity is more important than popularity, right? Popularity has its own value, but purity is more important than popularity. So to choose purity or popularity is integrity. Integrity means you go by purity, not by popularity, right? So true character is your behavior when nobody is watching us. And nobody was watching. So Bhima was practicing music in front of everybody. That nobody could be pleased with it. But Bhima secretly offered a prayer to Krishna. Immediately Krishna responded. You understood? Bhima's prayer was offered when nobody was watching him. But Krishna noticed it. But Bhima's music practice, everybody was watching him, but nobody's impressed with it. So don't focus on impressing people. Focus on impressing Krishna. Focus on sticking to the values and virtues and morals. That will give you great satisfaction, right? So an honest heart reveals light, not darkness. And a sincere person thinks, I cannot hide anything from Krishna. So we should choose truth over pretension. And that is real surrender. So we need to be having simplicity of heart, purity of heart, and genuinity of heart. Then we can please Krishna. We will also be very pleased. Now, the opposite of integrity is duplicity. What is integrity? When you have integrity, your values and behavior are aligned. Not that you behave different from your values. Whatever are your values and morals, accordingly you'll behave. But in duplicity means there's an inconsistency in values and behavior. Externally, one may behave in a very polite manner, sweet manner, but internally they may think of something else. We'll discuss many more examples on this also. Then, one who has integrity will keep their promises. They'll not break the promises. But duplicity means to break commitments. You promise something and you do something else. You don't stick to that. Then integrity means to fulfill others' expectations as much as humanly possible, right? And if you cannot fulfill their expectations, clearly communicate, I cannot do it. But duplicity means there is no principles in your dealings. People may expect something from you, do something else, or you promise something and you will do something else. That is duplicity. So integrity means to be free from deceit, but duplicity means to have deception. So these are the differences between integrity and duplicity. What are the results of integrity? People will trust us. We'll become a trustworthy character. People will cooperate with us. And that will help our personal growth and interpersonal growth. Personally, we will improve, and relationships wise also, our relationships will become more cordial and loving and fulfilling. So personal and interpersonal growth are possible by integrity. But duplicity, people don't trust us. There will be conflict, no cooperation. And we cannot personally grow. Our growth is strangled. And there is stunned interpersonal growth also. Because we are duplicitous or hypocritical, people will not invest in a relationship with us. So this is the difference between integrity and duplicity. Now, let's see so many examples from Ramayana, Mahabharata, Srimad Bhagavatam, and many other scriptures. How different devotees and great personalities were upholding integrity in various circumstances. And how some people compromised on integrity and what are the consequences. Let's analyze. Now, let's see integrity and duty. So, we will see integrity in various facets of life. So, one is integrity and duty. So different people have different duties to perform in this life. I think all of your students here, maybe in your 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, maybe some of you may be in year uh, 11 and 12, whatever. So as students, your duty is to study. While studying, you need to uphold integrity. Let me not cheat my teachers, let me not cheat my classmates, let me just attend the classes nicely, let me study nicely, let me have a disciplined lifestyle, let me sleep on time, let me get up on time. So these are all some things that you need to do as students, right? As students, you have certain duties. Similarly, Arjuna had certain duty. What is the duty of Arjuna? He's a prince, he's a Kshatriya prince. As a Kshatriya prince, Arjuna's duty is to fight against adharma. But Arjuna was confused. In the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna said, Krishna, how can I fight with my own relatives? They are my brothers, they are my cousins. These people are my gurus, my teachers, are my relatives, my fathers-in-law, my sons-in-law. So, and even he questioned Krishna, Krishna, you are telling me to throw arrows at my grandfather Bhishma? Did you throw arrows at your grandfather Ugrasena? Krishna, you're asking me to kill my own guru, Drona. Did you ever kill Sandipani Mani? You are not killing your relatives. You're asking me to kill my relatives. What is this happening? So Arjuna questioned Krishna in the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, right? But there's a problem with Arjuna's understanding. Of course, Arjuna is a pure devotee. Arjuna is exhibiting some confusions in the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita only so that all of us can get an opportunity to hear Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna purposely kept Arjuna in confusion so that we receive the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Right? We should not underestimate Arjuna. Sometimes great devotees and pure devotees of the Lord act in unconventional ways, or they become bewildered or confused or illusioned just so that we get some messages, right, through them. But Arjuna is a pure devotee. But in this context, Arjuna is behaving like in a biased manner. See, whether they are your relatives or not, if they have done a mistake, you have to punish them. As simple as that. Isn't it? That is dharma. Kshatriya dharma means whoever stands against dharma, whoever takes the side of adharma must be punished, even if they are your relatives. But Arjuna misses this simple point, simple logic, right? If they are someone else, for example, Arjuna killed so many bad people earlier. But when it came to his relatives, no, no, I will not kill them. They are bad people. But still, they are my relatives, therefore I should not kill them. That is like a lack of integrity in one sense. Of course, we are not demeaning Arjuna, but even if they are your relatives, you should punish them if they take the side of adharma. Now, Krishna definitely did not kill his grandfather Ugrasena because he's a good person. Krishna did not kill his guru Sandipanamani because he's a great soul. But Krishna killed his relatives also when they took the side of adharma. Tell me, whom did Krishna kill? Krishna killed his own relatives because of taking the side of adharma. Yes, whom did Krishna kill? Darsh.
Kans, who was the mama of
Yes, Bhavani. Sir, Bhavini, sorry.
Shukal.
Shishupal, yes. Anyone else? Krishna killed his own son Narakasur. As some of the kids said, Krishna killed his mama, Kamsa. Krishna killed Shishupal. So Krishna doesn't spare even if they're relatives. And entire Yadu dynasty was killed. So basically, integrity means to uphold values and virtues even if it is difficult. Even if they are your own relatives and family members, if they happen to take the side of adharma, you have to kill. That is integrity, right? So integrity in duty. So, right, dutifully you have to kill. So Ram and Ravana very clear. Ravana is a demon. He did demonic activities. Ram killed. But that's very simple. But Ravana he is opposite. He was holding on to his nonsensical attitude and he rejected Vibhishan, right? So Vibhishana was speaking dharma. He said, my dear brother, you should respectfully return Mother Sita to Lord Ramachandra and beg forgiveness. But Ravana said, get lost from here. Right? And Vibhishan, of course, he voluntarily rejected Ravana also. But Ravana never accepted the advice of Vibhishan because Ravana was on the side of adharma. And although Vibhishan is speaking dharma, he is unable to accept it. But Vibhishan took shelter of Lord Ramachandra. Ram so much integrity in upholding the virtue of Kshatriya dharma. What is that? Whoever comes to take our shelter, we must give shelter. When Vibhishan came to take shelter of Lord Ramachandra, Lord Ram said, Sakradeva prapannoyam tavasmiti chayachate abhayam sarvadatasmai dadam yetadvratam mama. He said, even if Ravana personally comes and takes my shelter, wants my shelter, I will unhesitatingly give him shelter. What to speak of Vibhishan? So Ram is willing to forgive even his enemy Ravana if he understands his mistake, realizes his mistake and begs apologies. But Ravana was not willing to keep even Vibhishan in his kingdom because he is speaking dharma. That's a contrast between Ram and Ravana. So Ram is unbiased in giving shelter to anybody. That is integrity in following one's duties. Now, second point, integrity in devotion. What is integrity in devotion? Although there are so many difficulties in our devotional path, we should not change our worshipable deity. We should stick to our worship of our beloved Lord Krishna. For example, Prahlad Maharaj, he has been tortured by his father. His own father Hiranyakashipu was trying to kill Prahlad Maharaj in so many ways, but Prahlad Maharaj never compromised on his bhakti to the Lord. That is his integrity. Integrity in devotion. And Pandavas underwent so many difficulties, but none of the Pandavas never blamed Krishna. They never said, Krishna, we are your devotees. How can we undergo so many difficulties like this? Why are you not kind to us? So they were never complaining. Okay, fine. If Krishna expects uh, us to undergo some difficulties, okay, we'll undergo, not an issue. So Pandavas were always holding on to values and virtues. Yatra dharma suto raja gada panirvrkodaraha Krishnostrigandivam chapam suhrit Krishnastato vipat. Although Pandavas are extremely powerful, still they underwent so many difficulties. Despite facing so many difficulties, Pandavas never lost faith in Krishna. They had so much of integrity to hold on to their devotional path and commitment to serving Krishna, although they are facing difficulties. Sometimes when we face difficulties, we may give up our devotion. Kunti Maharani is like that. Now, let us uh, mm, not Kayadu. You should get the example of Kritadyuti. Kritadyuti. Kritadyuti picture is not here. So there is, Kritadyuti? Anyone? Anyone knows this name Kritadyuti from the sixth canto of Bhagavatam? Okay, let me tell you. You know Chitraketu Maharaj. Chitraketu Maharaj had 1 crore wives. He's the original Karodpati. Right? So he had 1 crore wives and only one wife gave birth to a child. Remaining 1 crore minus 1 wives means 99,99,999 wives became envious of this first wife, and unfortunately they poisoned the little baby, thinking that because of this baby's birth, our husband Chitraketu is neglecting us and giving more time to Kritadyuti. Kritadyuti was Chitraketu Maharaj's first wife, by the way. Right? So they poisoned the child, and the child died. Then Kritadyuti started lamenting for the child. She said, Oh Lord, how can you kill my child? During the lifetime of the father, how can a small child die like this? That is her point. And she lost faith in the Lord. She said so many things, blaspheming the Lord. But in short, because she had faced some difficulty, she lost faith in the Lord. There's no integrity in the devotion. Only when the Lord gives me happiness, I worship Him. If He gives me some difficulties, I will not worship Him. Is that devotion? Is that integrity? Right? In happiness or distress, we should always depend on the Lord. For example, in contrast to this Kritadyati, we have the example of Uttara. You know Uttara? How many of you know Uttara? Whose wife is Uttara? Yes, Radhika.
और दर्शन के जो बेटे थे अभिमन्यु के
Abhimanyu, correct. So in the Kurukshetra battle, Abhimanyu fought with so much of courage. He was so brave, a young boy, teenage boy. But he was killed by Duryodhana and party. Then Uttara, did she complain to Krishna? Krishna, you were personally there on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. In your personal presence, how can my husband die? Why did you not protect? She did not complain, right? She was so committed to her devotion to Krishna. Next time, when Ashwatthama released a Brahmastra to kill her son Parikshit Maharaj, who was still within the womb of Mother Uttara, she went, yes, Pahi Pahi Mahabaho. Pahi Pahi Mahabaho Deva Deva. No, not Mahabaho. You confused me, whoever is this Naina. Pahi Pahi Mahayogin Deva Deva Jagatpate. Nanyam Tadabhayam Pashyet Yatra Mrityuh Parasparam. Right? She said, Pahi Pahi Mahayogin. Oh, Krishna, I can't see anyone else other than you who can give me fearlessness. No, already, this Krishna never protected her husband. She did not think, oh, he never protected my husband. Will he protect my son? Let me not go to him. Let me find another deity, another god who can protect me. She was not like that. She is committed to Krishna. She will continue to trust Krishna only for everything. So this is called integrity in devotion, not changing your object of devotion, right? Whether it is Uttaramata or Kunti or Pandavas or Ambrish Maharaj, all these great personalities, they never compromised on their devotion. They had so much integrity. Now, another point. So we saw two things so far: integrity in duty, integrity in devotion. Third point, integrity in sense control. We should control our senses. Tell me, why should we control our senses and mind? Why should we have self-control? Anyone? No?
Prabhuji,
Yeah, go ahead.
uh, sorry, Prabhuji, for the disturbance. I was saying that we should control our senses because if we will not control our senses, we can distract ourselves from the path of bhakti and the righteousness. So yeah, I think we should control our senses too.
Correct. Very good. Radhika, any extra points?
I believe that discipline and controlling our senses ultimately gives us the satisfaction, because at this time we are just getting distracted by what is psychologically just trapping us, and in the long run we see that okay, it's actually not beneficial for us and we will not get ultimate satisfaction.
Correct. Sense control gives satisfaction. Very good point. Thank you. So, integrity in sense control. Now, once a Brahmana named Ajamil saw some unmentionable scene. Nowadays, this is very common in Kali Yuga, especially in the Western countries, of course, in India also, no less. So, Ajamil saw a man embracing a woman in public, in a public place, and Ajamil went. He's a simple Brahmana. He was doing his dharmic activities. He went to the forest to collect some flowers and fruits and some kusha grasses and some worship paraphernalia. Suddenly, he noticed this nonsensical scene. Then he tried to control himself, control his mind and senses, but he gave in. Although he left that place, went home, what he has seen there haunted his mind, right? Completely. He was overtaken by those thoughts. Then he went and brought that prostitute home and started staying with her. He had a chaste wife, beautiful wife, coming from a respectable Brahmanical family. But he rejected her wife, he rejected his wife, and he brought this new lady and started staying with her. Why? Lack of self control, lack of commitment in marriage, right? He committed that he would be with his wife forever, a whole life, But he gave up that beautiful and chaste wife and got this prostitute and stayed there because of lack of self-control, because of lack of integrity there, right? On the other hand, once when Arjuna went to heavenly planets, he went to Svargalok. There a beautiful damsel named Urvasi came and proposed to Arjuna. Arjuna, you look so beautiful, so young. Now I'm very attracted to you. Then immediately Arjuna folded his hands and said, my dear mother, please don't even say like that. Because you are living in heaven, you are with my father Indra. Arjuna is considered Indra's son. You know that, right? So you are on the level of my mother. She said, no, I am heavenly damsel. There is no such, family connections here in this. So I'm just an apsara. I can always enjoy with anybody, whomever I want. No, I am from earth. I have all these rules apply to me. So I cannot accept you. I cannot accept your proposal. You are like my mother. So according to our Vaishnava circles, Vaishnava Siddhanta, except one's wife, every woman must be considered a mother. Right? So that is the integrity Arjuna had. Although Urvasi, such a beautiful lady, voluntarily came and proposed to Arjuna in a secret place, secluded place, Arjuna did not give in. He immediately said, my dear mother, all respects to you. Right? So this is the integrity. Similarly, Haridas Thakur, Haridas Thakur was a pure devotee. One day a prostitute came to Haridas Thakur and said, Haridas Thakur, you are so young, you are so beautiful. I am also young and beautiful. I want to be with you. I want to enjoy with you. Then Haridas Thakur said, I have some rounds left. I'll talk to you after completing my rounds. He started saying Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. You can wait for some time. So as she was waiting, she also started chanting. And by the time it was morning and she went back and she came the second day also. Second night also same thing happened. Third night also same thing happened. Within 3 nights, Haridas Thakur completely transformed her into pure Vaishnavi. This is integrity in not only sense control, integrity in showing compassion on people. She came to pollute him. She came to defame him. She came to prove that he's not even following four regulative principles, although he's Namacharya. But Haridas Thakur only had kindness and compassion and mercy upon her, and he stayed there for 3 days only to transform her into great Vaishnavi. This is integrity and self-control. Nobody was watching them at the time. There was no CC camera. Nowadays there is CC camera. But no CC cameras were kept in Svargalok. No CC cameras were kept in Haridas Thakur's hut also. Although he had an opportunity to associate with women, he immediately called her a mother, and he only had that respectful demeanor towards her. This is integrity in sense control. Now, let's see another point. Fourth, integrity in keeping promises. So when we speak something, we should stick to those words, right? Keeping promises. Like Yudhishthir Maharaj, he had so much of integrity. He was called for gambling match. Many people think that Yudhishthir Maharaj was an expert in gambling. And some people even think that Yudhishthir Maharaj is addicted to gambling, because of which all the problems in Mahabharata happened. Many people blame Yudhishthir Maharaj. Why did he gamble? Why did he gamble? He did not gamble so much of love and affection for the game. He did not play dice game because he loves it. Dhritarashtra, the king of Hastinapur, ordered him, you must play. He didn't even clarify what's the logic behind it. But because the king ordered, and he's not just the king, he's on the level of my father, so I must honor his instruction. Therefore, Yudhishthira Maharaj came all the way from Indraprastha to Hastinapur, and even after coming to Hastinapur, he said 10 times, let's not gamble, let's not play this dice game. He told Duryodhan, he told Dushashan, he told Sakuni, he told Yudhishthira, he told Dhritarashtra. He was telling everybody in publicly, but Dhritarashtra is indicating, no, you should play. Yeah, it's okay, no problem, you can play. So, because he was forced to play, Yudhishthira Maharaj played. But although these people cheated Yudhishthira Maharaj and took away all his property and even tried to insult his wife, still Yudhishthira Maharaj said, according to my promise, I have to go on exile. 13 years he and the Pandavas went to exile. That is the integrity of Yudhishthira Maharaj, right? He went on exile. He did vanvas. In contrast to that, Duryodhan, although Yudhishthira Maharaj did 13 years of exile, 12 years of vanvas, and 1 year of Ajnatavas, when they returned back, Duryodhan did not stick to his words. What did Duryodhan do? I will not give kingdom to the Pandavas. Forget half of the kingdom. I will not even give 5 villages to them. I will not even give that much land which is under the tip of a needle. How much land is there? What is this area? How many acres? Under the tip of a needle. That much land also I will not give. He said that. No integrity. Not keeping promises. So we need to show integrity in keeping our promises also. Clear? Next, fifth point. And similarly, there are many other examples about integrity in keeping promises, like Vasudev. Vasudev promised to Kamsa. What was the promise? You tell me, children. What promise did Vasudev give to Kamsa when Kamsa was trying to kill Devaki? Others should also speak. Manveer and Radhika raised hands. Others. Yeah, Pranav.
Every time a child is born to Devaki, he deliver that child to Kamsa.
Correct. He promised. So when Devaki gave birth to the first child, immediately Vasudev brought that child and gave this child to Kamsa. Kamsa was impressed. Wow, Vasudev, so wonderful. But according to that Akashvani, the eighth child of Devaki will kill me, not the first child. Take him back. Take him back. But later Narada Muni came and then he said some confusing words. Then Kamsa again broke his promise. He went back to Devaki and killed his first child, whose life he had spared before. So this is the integrity of Kamsa. And later, after the eighth child of Devaki, now I have another question. Vasudev has given his first child to Kamsa, second child also, third child also, fourth, fifth, sixth also. Clear? Integrity is very clearly established. Seventh child was believed to be a miscarriage. Who was the eighth child of Devaki? Krishna himself. What did Vasudev do with Krishna? Vasudev took Krishna to Gokul and left Krishna there and brought Yashoda Mata's baby girl and presented in front of Kamsa, saying that this is Devaki's eighth child. Did Vasudev have integrity or not? Did Vasudev compromise on his integrity? Tell me, children. Till now I was asking only simple questions. Yes, Naina?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Actually, I don't know properly, but I will try my best. Actually, Vasudev was a pure devotee of the Lord, so the Lord ordered him. That's why he did this. And by following the Lord's order, I think it is the topmost integrity.
Correct. Excellent explanation, Naina. Integrity can be shown in multiple levels. Integrity to keep our promises, integrity to fulfill our duties, integrity in keeping our commitments to different people in this world. But the highest integrity is shown on a spiritual plane in our commitment to Krishna. When Krishna says something, everything else it should go in the sideline, right? So when Krishna expects us to do something, to uphold that promise to Krishna, to uphold the highest dharma of, following Krishna's teachings, we can compromise on words to give it to a demon, not an issue. There is something called mundane morality. There is something called transcendental morality, divine morality. Divine morality is to be committed to Krishna consciousness, follow his instructions. Mundane morality means, okay, I have given promise to this demon, let me keep this promise, right? So, yes, thank you for that understanding. So, in comparison to that, Kamsa has absolutely no integrity, right? So, Kamsa came and killed 6 sons of Devaki, and he also was very manipulative, very duplicitous. He sent an invitation to Vrindavan. When Krishna was grown up, he became a 10-year-old child. One day, somehow, Kamsa came to know that Vasudeva has hidden his eighth child, Krishna, in Gokul. And now that Krishna is being raised as the son of Devaki, son of Yashodamata and Nanda Maharaj. So knowing this, Kamsa had sent an invitation through Akrura. I am going to conduct some Dhanuryaga, bow sacrifice, and I want to invite all the nearby village people to this sacrifice. Let them come and participate. In the pretext of conducting a sacrifice, Kamsa planned to kill Krishna and Balaram. No integrity. He wanted to kill you. The intention is completely malicious. But externally, he is presenting, he is doing some religious activity, spiritual activity of, doing some bow sacrifice for the satisfaction of Lord Shiva. He can do sacrifice, but the intention behind sacrifice is not to do sacrifice, but, but to kill Krishna and Balaram. No integrity. So when there is mismatch between our words and emotions and actions, that is called lack of integrity. When our emotions and expressions and actions are in sync with each other, that is called integrity, right? So Kamsa lacked that integrity. Next, there are many more examples. This is integrity in keeping promises. How many we discussed so far? 4. Now, this also one more example in integrity in keeping promises. Bhishma. Bhishma promised not to marry, and he was completely committed to this. He was not at all distracted from that promise. Whatever promise he has given, till the fag end of his life, he remained as a brahmachari, and he served the throne of Hastinapur loyally. Right. Now, 5th point: integrity in temptations. Now, temptation is because of sense control. We know, we have seen some examples of Haridas Thakur, Arjuna, and Ajamil, right? Another kind of temptation is temptation of facilities, temptation of boons, temptation of wealth, so many things, right? So we are tempted by so many things in this world. For example, say Hanumanji. Hanumanji, Sundarakanda portion of Ramayana? And Hanumanji was jumping across the Lanka ocean. As he was soaring in the sky, a mountain emerged from the ocean. The name of the mountain is, anyone knows the name of the mountain? Anyone knows the name of the mountain? Yeah, Bhavani?
Nanak Mountain.
Mainak mountain, correct, you're right. So Mainaka mountain came out of the sea and said, "Oh my dear Hanuman, you have to go far, far away. You need to reach Lanka. It is so far. Why don't you just sit on my mountain, rest for some time, relax for some time, eat some fruits, and then proceed on your journey?" So Hanuman had a great temptation. Hanuman could have relaxed there. But Hanuman thought, no, 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 Mainaka, I'm on a big mission now. Let me not be tempted by these facilities and allurements. I will stick to my mission now. I don't want to do anything that dampens my enthusiasm and commitment to this. So I am committed to this. Let me just move ahead. So although a facility came, Hanumanji did not accept that facility. He acknowledged, thank you so much, but I cannot accept it. So when time is less and the goal is yet to be achieved, you cannot rest or relax. That is integrity. One facet of integrity. So when a facility comes, when some temptation comes, you should have the integrity to reject them. Reject the temptations and facilities and allurements and then focus on your goal, right? Of course, you have to accept facilities at some point, but not while compromising on your goal. Similarly, let's talk about Draupadi. Very wonderful example. Again, let's go back to this gambling match, dice game scene. After this dice game, Yudhishthira Maharaj lost all his kingdom, all his brothers, and himself, and even his wife, Draupadi. All of you know this story, right? Then Dushasan held the hairs of Draupadi and dragged her into the Kuru assembly, and Duryodhan ordered him, disrobe her. Then Dushasan was trying to pull the sari off Draupadi. Then Krishna appeared in the form of unlimited sari and protected the honor of Mother Draupadi. All of you know this story. After this, Dhritarashtra became very fearful. He felt, my God, Krishna protected Draupadi, means Krishna may punish my sons, Duryodhan, Dushasan also. I have to somehow protect my sons from Krishna's anger. Krishna loves Pandavas so much, and Pandavas also are very righteous. At Now Krishna may punish my sons also. He protected Draupadi. Now next move of Krishna is he will punish Duryodhan. So just to pacify Draupadi, Dhritarashtra called her. Draupadi, please come here. She went. Respectfully, she went. Till now, she was piteously praying, Dhritarashtra, is it dharma to insult a woman like this publicly? Your son is doing this nonsense. Can't you control? So she was pleading, she was begging Dhritarashtra, but he was unmoved. He was supporting Duryodhana only till now. No eyes, no brain also. Right? He was supporting Duryodhana only. But now that Draupadi was protected in this way, he got scared. Krishna might harm my my sons. So he said, Draupadi, I'm very, very sorry for whatever had happened to you. I apologize on behalf of my son. Please forgive us. Now I'll give you a boon. You ask whatever you want. You know what Draupadi said? Draupadi said, you have taken away, you have defeated Yudhishthir Maharaj and made him a slave. Because he upholds dharma and virtues and values, he did not speak a single word. He's sitting there like a slave. But please release him. This is the boon I want. Then Dhritarashtra said, okay, fine. Yudhishthir is released. I'm giving you second boon, ask it. Then she said, okay, please release all my other husbands also. Bhima, Arjuna, Nakul, Sahadev, release all of them and give their weapons back. Then Dhritarashtra said, okay, we are releasing them also. They are not our slaves anymore. Just take them. Ask a third boon. You know what Draupadi said? So much integrity she had. Despite facing so much of insult and humiliation from Duryodhan, Dushasan and others, she said, a Kshatriya princess can only ask two boons at a time. I cannot be greedy and ask a third boon. I'm happy. Now I'm released. My husbands are released. I'm happy. Right. Then Dhritarashtra said, okay, take back your entire kingdom also. So entire kingdom was given to them and they went back to Indraprastha. Meanwhile, and now the lesson here is Draupadi had so much integrity. Although she was insulted and she went through so much of pain and trouble, still she did not compromise on her dharma. Kshatriya princess can only accept two boons at a time, and she stick to that dharma. Right now, next point is Dhritarashtra. He had absolutely no integrity. What did Dhritarashtra do? After Pandavas left, they were going to their kingdom, Indraprastha. Then he came. Duryodhan and Dushasan and Karna and Sakuni, they all came to Dhritarashtra and said, call the Pandavas for another dice game. Dhritarashtra said, have you gone mad or what? How can I call them for another game? They just now left. You call them again, once again. This time we will not disrobe anybody, but we'll have another plan. So as a stake, whoever loses the game should go out for Vanavas for 13 years. So that was the deal. And Dhritarashtra shamelessly called Pandavas again for a dice game. Ordered them, play. And because of Shakuni's magic, Pandavas lost and they had to go on 13 years exile. So this is how Dhritarashtra lacked integrity. But Pandavas, Draupadi especially, she upheld integrity. And Hiranyakashipu also, he had absolutely no integrity. He spoke so much of philosophy. My God. When Hiranyaksha died, children, you're able to follow the stories? You're able to connect with them? Yeah. When Hiranyaksha died, who killed Hiranyaksha? Tell me. Who killed Hiranyaksha?
Varahadev.
Krishna.
Yes, Varahadev killed Hiranyaksha. Then Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha's brother, he went and pacified all the family members. Hiranyaksha's wife and his mother Aditi, he was pacifying all of them. Don't worry, body is temporary, soul is permanent, soul is eternal, there is no death to the soul, body anyways have to die. He gave big philosophical discourse to all the relatives, and as soon as he finished the discourse, he went and started doing some austerities uh, to please Brahma and to become immortal, to keep his body alive forever. You see, just now he gave a class on how body is temporary, but to protect the temporary body, he is doing hundreds of years of tapasya, austerities, to get boons from Brahma. There is no, you know, there is no, what to say, sync between actions and emotions, right? So our Hiranyakashipu said something and did totally opposite. What he did is completely opposite to what he said, right? There is no harmony between his understanding and his activities. This is lack of integrity. And he accepted some boons. Now, integrity in upholding philosophy. Yeah, Hiranyakashipu never upheld this philosophy, and Prahalad Maharaj always stick to that philosophy. He said Krishna is ultimate protector. Krishna is the source of everybody's strength, including Hiranyakashipu's strength, and Prahalad is like speaking the same thing forever, always. But Hiranyakashipu is changing his words all the while. That is the sixth point: integrity in upholding philosophy. Then seventh, integrity in upholding vows. Lord Ramachandra took a vow: I will accept only one wife, Ekapatni Vrata. When Surpanaka came to Ram, he said, I reject. In contrast to that, there is a king named Yayati. He accepted Devayani as his wife, but another girl named Sharmishta, a princess, when she came, she approached him. Uh, Yayati could not stick to his promise to Shukracharya of keeping only Devayani as his wife. He gave in to Sharmishta also. Right? If you don't know the story, maybe later you can try to know. But in short, he could not maintain the principle of keeping only one wife. Because of temptation, he took another wife also. And integrity in compassion and selflessness. Rantidev, my God, although he was on the verge of death, he was distributing all the food to different kinds of people who came to beg that food. I will not elaborate on the story. I think many of you must be knowing the story of Rantidev. So, in various circumstances, all these great personalities upheld integrity. Integrity in leadership, eighth or ninth point, I don't know, I forgot the count. So, Ram, being such an ideal leader, he had so much of integrity, although his father died. The father to uphold father's promise only, Ram went to Vanvas. And father never wanted him to do Vanvas, but he was obliged. Then Kaikeyi came and said, I am withdrawing my boons. I only requested Dasarath Maharaj to send you for Vanvas. Now I am withdrawing my boons. Then Bharat said, you don't worry, Ram. Now father never wanted you to go to the forest. If at all it's required, I will do Vanvas. You go and rule the throne. Rule Hastinapur. Sorry, rule Ayodhya. But Lord Ramachandra said, no, we have to stick to integrity. I have given a promise to my father. Father has given a promise to Kaikeyi, and even if father is not alive, that promise will remain alive. So I will come only after 14 years, right? In all circumstances, upholding values and virtues is called integrity. Integrity in relationships. Vidura was brother of Dhritarashtra. He has always been a well-wisher of Dhritarashtra, right? But Dhritarashtra never accepted his suggestions, but still Vidura continued to be a wonderful well-wisher of Dhritarashtra only. He went and enlightened him and taught him spiritual path. Many times people are breaking their relationships either with spouses or brothers or siblings because of lack of integrity. Despite having some differences of opinion, we need to uphold values and virtues. That is called integrity. We need to stick to relationships. Integrity in friendship. Oh, so many points. Like Krishna and Sudama. When Sudama had some difficulty, Sudama came into Krishna and Krishna helped him. But Drupada Maharaj and Dronacharya, they were also Gurukul friends. They studied in the same Gurukul. But when Dronacharya needed some money, he went to Drupada Maharaj asking for some financial assistance. Drupada Maharaj said, get lost. Where is integrity in friendship? There is no friendship. So this is the contrasting examples. So the importance of integrity is that when you protect dharma, dharma will protect you. Dharmasya tattvam nihitam guhayam mahajino yena gatasya pantha. Mahabharata says that we need to uphold dharma at any cost, and we have to follow the footsteps of great souls in upholding dharma. Nowadays, people go into social media. How many of you have social media accounts? Instagram account or Facebook account? Okay, quite a few people. Nothing wrong in using social media, but we need to have proper discrimination. What is the right utility of this and what's the wrong utility of this? Nowadays, people are making reels and posting. Nothing wrong in it, right? They make some reels and post. And if they don't get sufficient reach for the reel, to get attention, public attention, to get some views or shares or likes or whatever, fan followings for that reel, they compromise on certain values. Oh, this is trendy. If I dress myself like this, if I speak like this, if I use this kind of words, if I put this kind of background music, I will get more likes. Just to get fans and followers and likes, they're compromising on their own values, their own virtues. Whether their dressing style or speaking style or the kind of content that they show, people are getting into vulgarity. People are compromising on basic human virtues, all for public attention. We want more public attention. We want more fame and name. And people who used to present things in a very dignified manner are becoming a little loose in their content or in their presentation or in their dressing style, in their speaking style, all because of giving more priority for public attention than their own integrity. These are certain values and virtues. Well, we can use any medium to propagate Krishna consciousness, to spread positivity, not to spread negativity. So they are missing this basic common sense point. Okay, this reel I have made, 10,000 people are seeing it, 1 lakh people are seeing it, 2 million people are seeing it. Is it adding any value to their life? Academically, or personally, or professionally, or spiritually, or practically, is there any use of this 1 minute reel to anybody who is watching that reel? We should think about it. If it is useful, then post. But just to get likes, if we do any kinds of gimmicks or gymnastics there and compromising on our values and virtues and becoming disappointed, people feel a sense of security. People feel a sense of accomplishment just because they had so many views. We don't know anyone who is seeing that. How many people are glancing at us with envy, with jealousy? We don't know. We are trying to put our faces in front and gathering a lot of negativity and seeking a lot of support in it, seeking a lot of encouragement and confidence in it. I have 1 million followers on social media. You know that? Do you know 1 million people? No, I don't even know 100 people amongst them. What's the point? And people are having very, what to say, they're feeling lonely. They're living lonely lives. They have millions of followers, not a single friend, right? Because they missed on the uh, missed on the value of values. I need friends, not fans. Simple logic, children understand this. When fans increase, friends decrease. Because we identify ourselves with that fanfare so much that we may not be inclined to connect with friends. And even if we are inclined to connect with friends, friends feel little intimidated. When I go next to him, when I go with him, so many of his fans will come for autographs and then I'm not there. I feel little sidelined. Nobody will give me attention. So then people feel little alienated. Nobody would like to walk with us, talk with us. अरे ये तो बहुत बड़ा celebrity बन गया आदमी. So like that. Of course, nothing wrong in popularity, but let's not compromise on purity. You may become popular for whatever it is, but you can gain that popularity or fame or fans or followers without compromising on the purity and integrity of your consciousness and of your intentions. just to get public attention. If we change our intentions, change our purity, change our values and virtues and morals and principles, then what will happen? We will not be satisfied. Nobody will be satisfied. Krishna will not be satisfied, right? So keeping them intact, okay, you can just go out and preach and spread Krishna consciousness everywhere, become why 1 million? You get 100 million followers, no problem. But give them something which is valuable, which they which adds value to their life and character and spiritually or personally or professionally. There should be some use of what you are offering them, right? So when we protect dharma, dharma will protect us. But for popularity or whatever, if we compromise on integrity, then there's no protection. Satyameva jayati. Real success is not in victory, but in virtue, right? You- If you see Mahabharata, so many times Pandavas were defeated, and Duryodhan was successful enough in sending them away, either taking away their weapons or taking away their wealth, taking away their home, or trying to kill them. Yes, Duryodhan has been successful in troubling the Pandavas in so many ways. But Pandavas were successful in upholding virtues and values and principles and devotion to the Lord despite all these troubles. Therefore, Pandavas are great. Right? Duryodhan was enjoying royal comforts till the last moment of his life. But Pandavas got some wealth and prosperity and enjoyed prosperity only in the last few moments of life. You understand? Just compare Duryodhan and Pandavas. Duryodhan has been in the palace till his death. Right? After Kurukshetra war, he died. Until Kurukshetra war time, he's always in palaces only. He was never doing Vanavas. But Pandavas, how many times they lost their wealth? They were in jungles, and after their father's death, again they came to kingdom, and they were again sent to Indraprastha. Then after going to Indraprastha, again they lost the kingdom of Indraprastha. They attained lot of kingdom. They became kings of Indraprastha, but later they lost that also. So many ups and downs as far as their position and power is concerned. But Duryodhana was always powerful. But who is better? Duryodhan, who has always had some power and privileges, or Pandavas who did not have so much power and privileges but they had purity? Purity is more important than prosperity. Purity is more important than popularity. So that is integrity. Integrity is to choose purity over popularity and prosperity and wealth and power and position and prestige and followers. Right? Purity is important. That is integrity. Next, I think we are going to conclude in a few minutes. From kings to sages, from warriors to children, those who uphold integrity become immortal in character. For any good thing, we give the example of Vidura, right? Vidura was never the king, but Dhritarashtra has been the king for a long, long time. But nobody gives the example of Dhritarashtra as a good person. They give example of Vidura only. Same thing with Pandavas and um, Duryodhan and many other such things. Now, aho kashtam, aho anyayam. In this world, we experience kashtam, difficulties, anyayam, injustices. But we can still survive through all of them when we take shelter of vipra, means devotees. Dharma means devotion. Achyuta means Krishna. As long as we take shelter of Bhagavan, Bhakti, and Bhaktas, or devotees, Ashray means taking shelter. As long as we take shelter of Krishna and the process of Bhakti Yoga and the devotees, we can tolerate all custom and all anyayam. But if we compromise on this, even if we successfully avoid anyayam and custom, we will not get any satisfaction. Right? So the purpose of life lies in upholding values and virtues and integrity, and not in just getting some material prosperity. If we slip from integrity and make mistakes, we will damage relationships. We'll damage on peace also. Yeah, now how to apply these principles of integrity? For more than 1 hour, we have been discussing so many principles of integrity. How to apply them? First, accept full responsibility of your life. Your life takes a turn according to your choices. Be responsible. You know, children, what is responsibility? Responsibility word has two smaller words, response and ability. Got it? Responsibility means response plus ability. Responsibility basically means the ability to respond appropriately in various situations of life. Got it? Responsibility means the ability to respond appropriately in various circumstances in life. To do so effectively, we need to have the virtue of integrity. When we have integrity, we will have the ability to respond appropriately in various situations of life. Right? So let's be responsible. Second, communicate clearly. Integrity does not mean saying yes to everything. When you're unable to do something, say no. No problem. Say no. Let the communication be clear and open. That's integrity. Then people will understand. When he says no, it is no. When he says yes, it is yes. Problem is, we say yes, we will not do it. We'll say no, although we can do it. There's no integrity, right? You are able to help somebody, but you say, I will not help you. That is lack of integrity. Or you are unable to help someone, unable to do some activity, but you come, I will do it. Arre, ho jayega, sab kuch ho jayega. Don't worry, I will take care. You will not take care. You will run away from there. That's not integrity, right? Whatever you can do, you cannot do, understand it, and then be clear in your communication. That's how you can communicate your integrity. Second, have courage to lead yourself and the team. Many people want to become leaders nowadays. Nowadays, we ask a young teen also, what will you become? They will not say engineer, doctor. They will say, I want to become life coach, or I want to become social media influencer. Their life did not start only. They want to become life coach, right? Just because few videos in their YouTube or Instagram became viral, they want to become life coaches. They want to guide people in how to lead fulfilling lives, right? But but how much have you transformed your life? How much have you experienced in your life? Oftentimes in this world, children, please remember this it may be heavy, but try to accept this, even at least little grown-up kids. Sometimes we depend on others' dependence on us in life. Sometimes we overly become dependent on others' dependence on us when others come to us for consultancy, for suggestions, for advice, for guidance. We feel, oh, I'm great. I can even give consultancy to people. I can guide these people. But nobody comes for our guidance. Nobody sees our reel. Nobody sends positive comments, good comments. We feel disappointed. Arey, I'm useless. My life is useless. Recently, somebody committed suicide. You know why? He posted one reel on Instagram and it got only 23,000 views. But I was expecting 1 million views. I was expecting 2 million views. Only 23,000 views. I have put so much of my energy and emotion to make this 1 minute reel. He committed suicide. You see? That's how people become obsessed and infatuated for public attention. Right? This is the reality of 2025. Gen Z kids. So, anyways, so unless we lead ourselves properly, unless we lead our lives in a proper manner, how can we lead a team? How can we lead others' lives? How can we become life coach? Not possible. Keep your promises and make only those promises that you can uphold. That is integrity. And avoid hidden agendas. Very, very important point. One important aspect of integrity is avoid any ulterior motives and hidden agendas. Internally, you're thinking of something. Externally, you're behaving very friendly man. Wow. You put a uh, very appropriate expression on the face while holding an inappropriate intention in the heart. Is that proper? Whom are we cheating? We may be trying to cheat others, but the reality is we are cheating ourselves by acting in appealing ways, but holding unmentionable intentions inside, we are cheating ourselves, right? Avoid hidden agendas. Don't cheat anybody. And important, don't get cheated by others. When you notice that others are cheating you, be smart. You have to protect yourself. But you don't cheat anybody, right? That's important. Then only people will trust us. Next point is be honest with yourself. At least be honest with yourself. And have some good friends with whom you can be honest. Otherwise, we will feel lonely. I'll conclude with this one last slide. 3 aspects of integrity. Number 1, discretion. Number 2, action. Number 3, communication. Right? Action is on the level of senses. Communication in the level of words or speech. Discretion is on the level of emotions or mind or intelligence, right? Internal. So discretion means you discriminate between what is right and what is wrong. Then once you figure out what is right and what is wrong, whatever you feel is right or whatever is right, actually act on it. Even at personal cost, act on it. Even if it's difficult, act on it. Then communication. In your communication, be very clear. Very clear what you can do, what you cannot do, what you want to do, what you don't want to do. Recently, I was giving an online class to kids, not teens, but much younger kids. I was narrating this Mahabharata story of Yudhishthira Maharaj accepting invitation for a ice cream from Dhritarashtra Duryodhana. It's wrong, but still he accepted out of his submissiveness. Okay, he had his own logic, submissiveness. But I asked children, when somebody, one of your friends, ask you to do something which you know is wrong, what will you do? Will you accept or not? Say, for example, they ask you to see some inappropriate video on your phone. And you, hey, secretly, let's watch this video. They will show. Or let's play this game, Rummy Circle. Or let's do this. I don't know what all kids do nowadays. Here I'm seeing, I'm in Australia now, Sydney. Here some parents are telling in their schools, kids who are hardly 10-year-old, they are speaking about crushes. Who is your crush? Who is your crush? At the age of 10, not 20 or 25. They don't know what it means, but they have all this. And they are using some vapors. Vapor means some kind of drug. Just today only I came to know about it, right? So they are using some vapors and then they get intoxicated, they go high. At the age of 10, 12, 13, like that. At the age of 16, 17, they want to get out of their parents. Now we want to live separately. So many things. Our values are degrading at such a fast pace. Unless you people, your young individuals, young teens, unless you people become committed to uphold values and virtues, we lose a generation. We will not have good role models for the next generations to follow. The greatest asset that we can offer to the next generations is the virtue of integrity. If you can't give money to your descendants, your future generations, not a problem. Even if you don't give them sufficient technology, that's not a very great problem. But if you don't give them integrity, if you don't teach them values and virtues and morals and principles and truthfulness and honesty and gratitude, principle of gratitude, what's the point of attaining so much when you're not grateful to your mother or father or your friends or teachers? What's the use of attaining so many things in life? What's the point of having 2 million followers on your Instagram when you can't respect your mother? When you can't assist your mother or father? When you can't love your brother or sister? When you can't respect another woman or another man in your locality? When people are just watching the form of opposite gender as just a source of enjoyment and not with respect? What's the use of having so many fans and followers and accomplishments and money and talents and degrees and certificates? Right? Integrity is the greatest asset that we can pass on to the next generations, that we can take from the previous generations. Right? So now see this. I already mentioned it. Discretion. At heart, you should have proper discrimination, what is right and what is wrong. And in actions, you should consciously choose to do the right thing and reject the wrong thing. And in communication, be very clear. Whether it's yes or no, let it be very clear. Not blunt, but be honest in your communication. These are a few thoughts. I hope this is of some use to you, children. Thank you very much. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Any questions or comments? We have 11 more minutes.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So, Prabhuji so much beautifully told us about, integrity. he told us he started with the introduction of by the definition of integrity. He told us the difference between honesty and integrity. Then Prabhuji told us about different aspects of integrity, integrity in duty, in devotion, in self-control, keeping promises, in temptations, vows, leadership, relationship, and so much more. And then Prabhuji gave us some practical applications of how we can practice integrity. So Prabhuji is currently in Australia, as Prabhuji himself told. Prabhuji was traveling for preaching purpose. Still, Prabhuji was very kind enough to accept our invitation, our proposal. So we are very grateful to you, Prabhuji. So the floor is open for the questions. You can either post it in the chat box or you can raise your hands. You can directly ask Prabhuji.
Yes. You can unmute yourself and ask.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Radhika, yeah.
So much for this wonderful session. You actually answered many of my questions because currently I am struggling with this part in my life, integrity. And it is really hard, Prabhuji. And as you told the examples from Srimad Bhagavatam, I see that, of course, I have heard all the stories. So my mind says that, okay, I know it all. And we also think that these examples sometimes when we are just living our own lives, we think that it is a little impractical. And I get to just analyze that how can I, who is not so pure, be that kind of a person who is like Prahlad Maharaj. And sometimes I'm not doing something bad like like Duryodhana, but still I have a different opinion than others. And I'm not being rude, but I just cannot let everything go their way. So I get confused that should I follow my heart or should I just tolerate everything and move on? Like, it's confusing sometimes.
Yes, very good and practical question. As you very nicely presented, you don't have to be rude, but you can't accept. That's your point. We can disagree, but we should not disrespect. You are not being disrespectful, that's great. But when you are disagreeing with what others are saying, nothing wrong in it. Respectfully present your disagreement. If they tell you to do something, you can say, I prefer to do this. And if you want me to do that, please give a proper explanation so that I understand. Am I missing that point? I'm unable to appreciate what you propose to me. Uh, I'm unable to appreciate it, but you just give me some more information. Then when they give a proper explanation, then probably you will develop some appreciation for what they are suggesting you to do. But are you talking about your parents asking you to do something, but you want to do something else? Yeah, I understand that. At your age, I also had so many such conflicts with my parents. But what to do? The culture was like that. We cannot speak back. So I just followed what they did. Except one thing. Joining ashram, I didn't listen to my parents. I said I'll become brahmachari. Of course, now they are very, very happy that I became brahmachari. But when I was becoming brahmachari, 2009, they did not accept it. Not at all. I had tears and tears. Even when I had affection for my parents. I have now also so much gratitude, but I didn't want to compromise on this. So, of course, some are very special cases. But in short, you can disagree, but don't disrespect. If they're unable to understand your viewpoint, it's your responsibility to explain it properly so that they can digest it, understand it. And if you are unable to understand their viewpoint, it's your responsibility to inquire, why are you asking me to do this? Then they will give a proper explanation. Then you will find some point. Be honest. Don't reject it just because it did not come in your mind. If it is worthy, accept it. Whether it comes from someone else's mind or someone else's mind, just accept it. Sometimes ego doesn't allow us to accept an advice, right? So communicate properly and ask for a proper communication. Then you will be able to solve the disagreements. Hopefully, right? If it is like too much, always you can bring a third party, someone whom you trust and someone whom they trust. Say your teacher or some other elderly relative can come and mediate between both parties. But at your age, you don't need to have so many serious disagreements from your parents with your parents. Just go with the flow. Which grade you are in? Eighth?
No, I just passed my 12th grade. Yeah.
Oh, great. Nehal,
Yeah. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
thank you.
Thank you so much for this wonderful class. Really, my question was that how do we check ourselves that we are following integrity or not? Like when we are alone, we don't have association, or in general also, the mind tricks us into thinking that we are doing the right thing. But when later we analyze our actions or words, we get to know that yes, we lose our integrity. So how do we check ourselves or know that we are doing right or wrong?
Your voice is a bit feeble, Nehal, but I think I kind of got it. So were you trying to say that we want to be upholding integrity, but somehow we may make some mistakes and later we realize how do we rectify, how do we avoid future mistakes? Is that what you're trying to ask?
Yes, Prabhu, I am asking how do we check ourselves? We are following integrity or not?
Okay, three things. Number one, you can check whether you are following integrity or not by honest introspection. You honestly reflect on your own actions and words. Please maintain a habit of writing diary. I keep writing as much as Friday, at least when I have time. This is the calendar 2025. See, on 1st January, these are some lessons that I have learned, and I have these are the services that I have done. Of course, it has to be blur only because it's such a small screen. So you just keep noting some points. You just keep noting some points in your diary. Every day, just spend 5 minutes at least. Write your reflections. Preferably use pen and paper, not stylus and iPad. At least do that. If pen and paper is too much for you, you write some reflections. Be honest with yourself. Just feel that nobody is going to watch it. Right? You are only writing for yourself, and you can just pack it in a locker and then lock it, no problem. But it's your heart. So by honest reflection, self-analysis, and genuine contemplation, you can figure out where we are going wrong. That is one way. Second is have some good friends, well-wishing friends. Take peer reviews, right? Ask their opinion. Whether you are showing integrity, am I becoming angry or what, or distracted or demotivated or overexcited or overconfident? Just take some peer reviews. Third, ask your seniors, like your mother or your father or your teacher. Ask your seniors. So three things: self-introspection, peer review, and honest feedbacks from elders. So these three are sufficient inputs for us to evaluate our integrity or any quality we have. Okay, Nehal. Next, Naina.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you for the wonderful lecture. Prabhuji, in my case, I feel that even when I not do something wrong, but the urges and temptation that I have in my mind is very like they are screaming like anything. Matlab, I mean, if I do not do something that is not right, yes, I may call myself I'm a good person and all that, but what happens is that in my mind the picture is like I'm not present there. In my mind there is something on going on. So I feel very disappointed that I'm doing something else, but in my mind I am thinking of something else. I'm matlab I was chanting my japa in the morning and I was thinking the series which I watched in the past. Matlab the other thing are going in my mouth is speaking Hare Krishna, and the mind is reeling like the movie was good, the song was good. So I feel very disappointed So how to deal with that? Because even if I am neglecting and all that, but in my mind there is total havoc. I am doing something else, reading Krishna book and Bhagavatam canto first, but when I'm reading, the mind is going like this and this. So I feel very, very disappointed. How to deal with this disappointment?
Shall I tell you one secret? I feel the same. When I am chanting japa also, mind is going to different places. The places your mind goes depends on what you have experienced in life. It could be movies or songs, that some things that you have quoted, and my mind goes to those things what I have experienced. Yes, what to do? What, not only your mind and my mind, and the minds of so many other devotees who joined this group also, and even the mind of Arjuna also is distracted. Arjuna said, Chanchalam hi manah Krishna pramathi balabadrudham tasyaham nigraham manye vayo riva sudushkaram. I can control wind, but I cannot control my mind. That's what Arjuna told Krishna. So, when our mind is too turbulent, too restless, too distracted, we are unable to concentrate on what we are supposed to be doing. We should not, that should not increase our disappointment. That should increase our determination. Right? Don't be disappointed. Be more determined. Just try to practice more. That's what Krishna told. When Arjuna said, Chanchalam Himana Krishna, 6th chapter Bhagavad Gita, you know this story, you know this sloka, right? Right in the next sloka, what did Krishna say? He simply said, Asamshayam Mahabaho Mano Durnigraham Chalam. Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihyate. Asamshayam Mahabaho. Undoubtedly, mind is turbulent, Arjuna. I understand it. I acknowledged it. So Krishna is not brushing Arjuna's concern aside. Hey, mind is very easy to control. Don't say all this excuses. Control your mind. He did not say like that. Yes, yes, Arjuna, I understand. Mind is very difficult to control. That's why I acknowledge your point. You may be in teens and you are unable to control my mind, control your mind. I may be double your age, but still I am unable to control my mind. Even if I become triple your age, also I cannot control your mind. Right? I cannot control my mind. What to do? As long as we're in this body, we have to control our mind. But Krishna gives two simple tips. One, abhyasa, two, vairagya. Abhyasa means practice, 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 practice. Whenever the mind goes away, try to bring the mind back. Did you fly kites any times, Naina? So when the kite is there in the sky, nicely decorating the sky, there is a string that is pulling the kite. The kite wants to go higher and higher, higher into the sky. But as a kite flyer, you try to pull the kite below by using the string. You pull it, or you just turn it the direction. But kite wants to go in the direction, but you're trying to turn it in this direction. Why? Because if the kite is left like that, if you are not pulling the kite with your string, what could happen is the kite may bump into some other kites. Or because of the wind's movements, the kite may get destroyed completely. Or the kite may end up in some tree branches and completely get destroyed. So you have to control the kite with your string. That kite is the mind, the string is your intelligence. Mind is just a storehouse of emotions, feelings, and desires and thoughts. But mind has no ability to understand whether the feelings are good or bad, the emotions are worthy or worthless, the thoughts are positive or negative. Mind cannot understand. Intelligence will understand. With our intelligence, we need to differentiate what is right, what is wrong, what is good, what is bad, and align the mind's thoughts and desires and emotions towards values and virtues, and then reject all the negative thoughts. So, play the role of the string that pulls the kite back. Kite keeps on going. Your mind goes here and there, but still your intelligence should bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Multiple times you need to bring it back. That is called abhyasa. Then second is vairagya. Vairagya means detachment. Be detached from what is distracting you. For example, you are chanting japa. You feel like checking phone. Right? While chanting japa, how many times have you seen others, or have you seen yourself doing this? Right? So whenever mind is doing like that, let the intelligence control the mind. Not now, later. Let me be detached from the phone for this 1 hour when I'm chanting japa. Right? So, yeah, abhyas and vairagya. This is what Krishna says. Next, Tushar.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Am I audible?
Yes.
I have a question. Like that during Kurukshetra war, Drona was unstoppable, right? Krishna suggested that only if Drona believed his son Ashwathama has died, then only he would lower his weapon. That through Maharaj Yudhishthir, because he has his integrity and throughout his life he never lied. And he then Bhim killed one elephant and he said that Ashwathama has died in order to like stop Dronacharya. Like, didn't he violate his integrity at that time?
Now, there was a little hesitation, and ultimately he followed. Sometimes a devotee may show some hesitation in compromising. That hesitation is good. But ultimately he followed, right? Whatever Krishna said. So you don't have to evaluate Yudhishthira Maharaj for this one little thing. How much he has done. Before that, we have to see also. I don't know if that makes sense. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no compromise on integrity as such. It's circumstantially one may be like that. For example, mother may sometimes scold a child. Did she compromise on her love for the child? Or the child may reply back to the mother, hey, I will not eat this. The child may go into Manlila. All of you must be doing that sometimes, right? Does it mean those kids don't have love for their parents? They have. But circumstantially, some little a difference of opinion or argument may come creep in. That's a part of a relationship, right? Okay. Thank you. How many more questions we can take? I think I need to move. I have another session. Should we take one more on last? Rishabdev, you can.
Hare Krishna, Proji. Proji, nowadays we see most of our friends do not follow the principle of integrity and virtues. And if I do not behave like them, we feel left out. So, Pro, how can we deal with this situation?
See, it's a common thing with all the children who are practicing bhakti and studying in mainstream schools. And they are alienated. What to speak of following integrity, we are thinking about a big thing. They call you for restaurant for birthday party. And I cannot eat onion garlic. Hey, why you can't add onion and garlic? You have to give a long explanation. And after giving an explanation, because they are your friends, they may not value what you say. They will simply tease you, right? In my childhood, my mother used to put some tilak on my forehead, Sri Vaishnav tilak, right? I used to go with that to the school, and my friends used to tease me. You're a girl, because only girls put bindi and come here. I removed the like. It's like Lord Vishnu's thing, red dot, but I just removed it because they are teasing me what to do. But later I changed my school. My mother again put the tilak. Now the new school, nobody will tease you. Go like that only. So just because people comment on us, we should not compromise on our values. After I came to ISKCON in my college, I used to go with Vaishnava Tilak, right? Not just that one red dot. Full Vaishnava Tilak I used to go. If you comment, that's your problem, not my problem, right? So just because people will comment on us or tease us or do something, we don't have to compromise on it. Of course, sometimes we may have to respect their decorum, especially in corporate circles and all. You can't just go, you have to go with certain uniform. You can't go with dhoti kurta to college or school. Go in uniform only. But some things are acceptable compromises, but something are unacceptable. Compromising, now instead of wearing dhoti kurta, you can wear school uniform and go. That's not a big problem. If you instead of putting, this chandan tilak, you can put water tilak and go, if that is what is required. But you can't compromise on integrity. You can't compromise on the principle of no meat eating. Right? You can't just go and then take some, drugs or intoxicants or vapor, this and that they are taking. 10th standard kids in Sydney, one 10th standard child came to me and said, "Oh, my friends are dating. And I also feel like doing it, but I want to uphold Krishna conscious principles. How to how to control that urge. 10th, hardly 15 years old, right? Not 25. These are all Kali Yuga, where Kali Yuga is taking us, God knows, right? Uh, so we need to prioritize upholding on to our values and virtues. Just to be in sync with the mainstream society, if we compromise on core spiritual virtues, at least human values and ethics and morals, then we cannot create any transformation in this world. We are subjecting ourselves to the transformation, negative transformation of the material energy. We are not contributing any positive thing to the society. It has to begin somewhere. One Rishabdev follows integrity despite so much of opposition. So that one Rishabdev will create 10 Rishabdevs. The 10 will create 100 Rishabdevs. And 100 people will create thousands of them. You be the positive change, right? Don't compromise on your studies. When your studies are well, right, then you will set a good example. He studies well and he follows Krishna consciousness. People will be impressed with the material skill that you have, and they will respect your path. But if you don't do well on the material studies, then अरे ये तो हरे कृष्णा बोलते रहते कुछ पढ़ाई करते नहीं, then that will have a different kind of impression. Make sense, Rishabdev?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much.
Thank you so
Shreya,
much, Prabhuji.
I'm going to take your question. Arindam Prabhu will answer your question.
प्रभु जी कभी हम
I,
डिसाइड करते
I,
हैं कि आज हम ऐसा नहीं करेंगे, जैसे एंगर बहुत जल्दी आ जाता है, तो जैसे कभी हम डिसाइड करके कि आज पूरा दिन हम गुस्सा नहीं करेंगे, लेकिन कुछ ऐसा हो जाता है फिर हम अपने खुद को कंट्रोल नहीं कर पाते हैं.
Pray to Krishna. He will give you ability of self-control or controlling anything. We are not the controllers. Anyways, I don't have time to elaborately explain. Shreya, sorry. Maybe Arindam Prabhu will answer your question.
yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. It was such an enlightening session. We will be very grateful if you can join us for such more sessions like this. So,
Yeah,
thank you so much, Prabhuji, for this.
thank you very much. My best wishes to all these young devotees uh, in your studies, in your academics, in your career, in your life, personal life, professional life, private life, always, spiritual life especially. uh, and it brings great pleasure to my heart when I see youngsters taking to Krishna consciousness and also doing well in their academics. So you have a great and bright future by Krishna's blessings. And by Prabhupada's blessings, we all have come to this stage of accepting spirituality while pursuing our mainstream education. Please continue like this. Increase your Krishna consciousness and do well in your academics also. And try to preach, try to inspire as many people as you can, and live a more meaningful and fulfilling life, not a boring and dry life, right? Be excited, be happy. And spirituality makes you happy. And the proper philosophical understanding and right understanding of the scriptures, that will make us very, very happy, and we feel very enlivened and enlightened within. So let's not be in the space of ignorance. Let's be enlightened within. So that positive energy, your aura, will influence so many people around you, right? Maintain that aura, maintain that purity. Don't be distracted. So these are my thoughts. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. And thank you to everyone also for being so much patient, giving it. So we'll have the next session at 4 p.m. IST, and His Grace Shobhilas Prabhuji will be taking that session. So till then, you all can have a rest. You can have some prasadam, and we'll meet you in the evening. So Hare Krishna.